Hello, Bible readers. It is Tuesday, March 23rd. We're reading from Isaiah, chapters 23 to 27, and then we get into Romans today. I'm excited about Romans. In Isaiah, we leave the oracles behind today. We get the last one in chapter 23, one against Tyre. Today's chapters and then the rest of the chapters in Isaiah 24 through 27 are about the Isaiah apocalypse, is what many people call it, not all. Of course, biblical scholars are never all in agreement. But like the oracles section, that was 11 chapters, chapters 24 through 27 are their own section within the book that we call Isaiah. The announcements in the Isaiah apocalypse encompass the whole earth. As much as the oracles were against one specific nation at a time, this one is about the whole earth and all who live here. It's a section that sounds final. Not just another turning point. It's about the end of all things for everyone. Also, there's apocalyptic ingredients, very specific things that many times get brought up in apocalyptic genres. Resurrection of the dead. Divine judgment on angels. That's pretty specific. The trumpet of the Lord calling the elect. A banquet of the nations on Mount Zion. The Lord's defeat of Leviathan. The darkening of the sun and the moon. These ingredients, as I'm calling them, would kind of tip the hand of an author as much as once upon a time would denote to a reader that you're about to embark on a fairy tale. How should I start my fairy tale? Well, you kind of have to start at once upon a time. Of course, you don't have to, but I'm just saying that's what all these little pieces would feel like for those reading who are familiar with apocalyptic genre. The purpose of apocalypse, as far as a form of writing, is to reveal. Here's where God's at. Here's where God's gonna be at. And knowing that this is how things will end, readers are called to reflect on what God's judgment means for our life and faith now. So it's kind of like if you knew how you were going to die, if I told you today, here's how it's going to happen. I might not tell you when exactly, but here's how it's going to happen. Here's what it's going to be like. Would that change the way you live today? That's kind of what an apocalyptic writing is supposed to do for an entire culture. Here's how our society is going to end. Knowing that, how might that affect the way you live today? Romans. I have to admit, Romans, for me, is the most consequential text in the Bible. Romans 8, that nothing will separate us from the love of God. That's an amazing claim. That is the good news of Scripture in a line for me. What I'm hoping is that by the end of our year of being Bible readers, that you'll have a cornerstone verse or a chapter or a book that really resonates with you too. Most read Romans as Paul's masterpiece. My commentary makes a really good analogy here. Maybe it's a metaphor, not an analogy, but my commentary says, not all readers view this alpine peak of theology from the same angle or climb it along the same routes, but everyone agrees we are dealing with a work of massive substance, presenting a formidable intellectual challenge while offering a breathtaking theological and spiritual vision. That is a great way for us, I think, to embark on Romans. It is a big, monumental, difficult mountain that we could wrestle with, that we could be climbing and climbing again from different angles for the rest of our lives. We're going to take it in small steps for now. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.